Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Just a quick vlog today. So looking back on yesterday and another final for Manchester City, which is absolutely fantastic. So news that's sort of out and about today. There's not a lot, if I'm honest. And it was Mahrez has been talking about the Champions League and saying that Barcelona. Hi pal, currently watching from my grands. Hi mate, how you doing, Chris? Mahrez is Glenn Mountain. We are the kings of English football. We are at the moment. Hi mate, hi King of Assist. You all right, buddy? Yeah, it's hi Chris Linley. You all right? Hi Shire. You well? A little bit of articles today surrounding sort of obviously the the headbutt or the head-to-head movement by Walker yesterday, and yeah, a little bit silly. I've just finished doing a an interview with Tottenham fan channel for Tuesday night, so I'm just waiting for some. Hi everybody, Hassan Malik. I'm just waiting for them to send me through their videos, and then I'll edit them. Keep up the good work, City onwards and upwards, Ziari. Are you concerned for the game on Tuesday, says Crackerjack? I think it'll be a tight one. De Bruyne assist proved he's a real king of assists. He's unbelievable ball. Like I said the other day, it looks like he's hi from New York, Tony Matterhorn. How are you, mate? Whereabouts in New York? Upstate, New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island. Hi everyone else. Hope you're all good. Yeah, yeah, he was lucky. I must admit, I watched it again last night in upstate New York, Albany, that way. How are you, mate? Doctor? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Like I said, I've just been doing this video with a Tottenham fan channel for Tuesday night. So I'm just waiting for their videos and replies to come back to me, and then I can edit the video and get that out either later tonight or maybe in the morning. So should be interesting. Throw some questions at them. Wolves of Watford. I'm gonna go Watford. I'm kind of worried for Tuesday, says Crackerjack. It's gonna be a tough game. One of the questions I was asked was, do I think the stadium, them moving in there, will give them a boost? And I'm not too sure it will or it won't. It's a strange one. We won't know until Tuesday night because the stadium is pretty new for them. So whether they've got used to that, it might take a while. Hi mate, hi Stevie, you all right? Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Chris. It was lucky he didn't start rolling over, but then again, you know, I think he'd already rolled over once previously, which should have been booked for. And then VAR really should have looked at the stamp on the back of Walker's leg. So if Walker would have got sent off, I think the Brighton player should have been sent off for the stamp. It was quite nasty, which clearly riled Walker and got Walker's back up. But you know, he's got to be professional. You know, he's not a kid. He's an experienced player, and I'm sure Pep would have got into him after the match and said, "Look, that's not acceptable. You know, you're putting the team at risk." We looked awful yesterday, mate. Oh, we played better on Tuesday. We weren't great, but we weren't playing against much. Gerard says Crystal Palace Saturday will be a tough game. It will be a very tough game. No, absolutely no doubt about that. Who would you start? Bernardo. To engine official. I'm just going to pull this up so I can see some of the things. Sane. Walker wasn't substituted. He would have been. I agree. He would potentially have got a red card. I'm sure he would. Yeah, next 3 games, Abdul. I agree. They're going to be important. Crucial schedule. I'll get that one back down here. Sorry. Crucial schedule. We can win everything, but we can lose everything. Just focusing still on 1 game at a time. Doctori, that's the rule. That's Pep's rule. Walker will get an FA ban. I'm not sure. I'm not sure he will because it's been seen, and generally not a lot can be done after it's been seen by VAR. Gonna miss cracking game on Tuesdays. We're playing on the same night. Yes, I think it'll be a really good game because Spurs are on their day. Who would you start, Bernardo or Sane? Okay, both. If it was me, both would start. I'd have Bernardo and probably Kevin De Bruyne and I'd like Sane, Aguero and Sterling up front. Yeah, I think he was definitely rested for Tuesday night. It didn't look yesterday like he was ever going to come on. So I think he was definitely rested for Tuesday night, without shadow of a doubt, because he'll want to. I think Pep will want to push Trippier back and keep him back and not let him get into crossing positions and things like that. So certainly with Kane, you know what Kane's like, he's good in the air. Yeah, David is old, but he's gold. He's absolute gold dust, irreplaceable in my opinion. I agree. Aguero plays on Tuesday, says Lorenzo. I think he will. I think he'll play. Got to praise Brighton. They gave us a good game rather than parking the bus. They did. They didn't do a great deal. I think was it 2 shots they had. Happy Gabby scored. So am I. Really pleased for him. Wonderful ball by Kevin. Crackerjack starting 11 for Tuesday. Mine would be Edison in net. Tossing up with Walker, but I'd probably go Walker, but I don't know what he's going to be like in that stadium. You know, it's like returning new stadium. So, but I'd still go Walker. I'd go Stones and Laporte, and I'd give Mendy a go. And I'm really sort of pushing that one because I might even play Danilo, but I'll go Mendy. Fernandinho holding. I'd play Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo ahead of him. And then I play Sane, Aguero and Sterling up front. That'd be my choice. But, you know, trying to second guess what Pep will do is another thing. Are Mendy and KDB injured, or was it tactical? No, I think it was. I think Mendy was tired. He's not played a lot of games, and Kevin, no, he's fine. Iare says, League Cup, FA Cup final, and still in the title race, quarterfinals of the Champions League. Great, so brilliant season, absolutely brilliant. I mean, I think even as a City fan, afternoon, Mr. Smooth, LA, yeah. I think you know, if you asked us at the beginning of the season that we would be in April and in all 4 competitions, quarterfinal Champions League, and won a cup, in the final of the FA Cup, and still it's in our hands for the Premier League, we'd have snapped your hand off without a shadow of a doubt. Would you settle, says Chris Welsh, would you settle for a score draw on Tuesday? And yeah, I would. I think I said 1-1. I said my heart says 2-1, my head says 1-1. I'd be happy with a draw taken back, because, you know, in all fairness, we're really good at the Etihad when we need to be. So I'd be happy with a draw, a goal definitely. Afternoon peeps, yeah. Fernandinho must start Tuesday, Stevie. Yeah, I think he will. Abdul Jalal says, I think Bernardo should start in midfield in big games. Well, he'd be mine. Tony Matterhorn's here. We can a big chance to win it all. Yeah, I'm praying for Chelsea to do us a favour on Sunday. Should be a cracking game. They did it a few seasons ago. Which kit should I buy? Which kit should you buy? Sane, Sterling or Bernardo? You mean the name on the back of the kit? Because there are 3 different kits you can buy. Or are you going to wait until the Puma one comes out? I'd wait until the Puma one comes out and then go on, get Sterling on the back. Even though I love Bernardo as well. King of Sis says Man City 3, Tottenham 1 on Tuesday. Yeah, I'd snap your hand off now if we could have that result. Are you going to listen to the Wolves Watford game, Andy? I'm not going to. I'm going to watch it at home, so I'm going to watch that game. Should be a good game. I think it'll be certainly a better game than yesterday. You'll win the treble. That's guaranteed, in my opinion. I hope it's Champions League and 2 cups, and so that you can win, Chris, so you can win the Premier League. I'd take it now. If it was on offer, I'd take the Champions League and 2 cups without a shadow of a doubt. I would. Mr. Smooth, Tottenham, please. Why you don't like UCL? Who doesn't like UCL? Finland? What? Who said they didn't like the UEFA Champions League? Stevie says Tottenham are not a problem. It's who we get next I'm worried about. To be honest, I wish you had your faith, Stevie. I think it'll be 2 tight games, but I think we'll prevail. Lorenzo said Tottenham is a tough opponent, but we should beat them. Let's hope so. Why do you boo the anthem then? Why do we boo the anthem? Is this in conjunction? Why don't you like the UEFA Champions League? Why do we boo the anthem? That goes back to the FFP of a number of years ago when we got the fine and the ban, and the way that UEFA changed the ruling over that. We'd satisfied FFP, we'd submitted all the paperwork, and then that was all approved, and then they changed it, and it ended up with us getting a massive fine, which was reduced. And so, yeah, and that's where it started, and it's happened and continued. I just hope Tottenham does a favour in the Premier League, to be honest. Next Sunday is huge. It is. Fanta Orange and official. Would have been fun playing Laporte striker. Many headers would be scored. Yeah, Tottenham will bottle it as always. Let's hope so. FFP don't have anything to do with the UEFA Champions League. Yep, but it's UEFA. It's UEFA who imposed the FFP regulations. So it does have an awful lot to do with the Champions League. That's why. Andy, everyone. Tony Maroney, hi. Happy days. Yeah, happy days, mate. Pep is going to pack the midfield. He seems to love this, especially this season. Sterling signing on the flanks is very rare this season. Too offensive. Yeah, the only problem with packing the midfield against somebody like Spurs is what you're doing is inviting their wing backs forward with the likes of Rose and Trippier. Playing narrow against a team like Spurs is quite dangerous. So width could be the way to go, but we'll wait and see. King of Assists, there should be a group of City fans with drums and singing all the way through the match like Madrid use at Bernabeu. Yeah, unless you're the person sat next to the drummer, and then you're like, oh my God, shut up. I was explaining to my gran about title race football. Good luck with that one, mate. Any other questions coming in? So back to you, Finland. Yes, FFP is everything to do with Champions League, because UEFA Champions League, UEFA are the ones who imposed the FFP regulations and did the dirty on City a number of years ago. So that's one of the reasons why it started. The booing started and it's continued. What is your goal of the season? Mine is signing against Schalke because I was there. God, there's been so many. I'd have to have a think of that one. Tom Betts, who's your choice of striker of choice once Aguero leaves? Do you want world-class proven striker or Jesus understudy? Obviously, if we could get Mbappe, I'd have Mbappe every day of the week. While my granddad's ranting about Brexit, shouting the house down. Yeah, I bet that's an interesting place to be, Chris. World-class striker. Icardi's a good player. Dybala. Probably have Dybala over Icardi. I still like Timo Werner. I think Timo Werner's a great player, and he's only young as well, and he'd probably give us something a little bit different because he's quite tall and strong. Is this as good as it gets for us? Can't see anyone else getting us to play better. I think Ray said it on a number of videos as well. I think this is pretty much getting close to as good as it gets. And I agree. I don't think anybody else will get us playing the type of football that Pep has. So we should enjoy whatever happens, whether we win 1 trophy this season, 2, all 4, and then on to next season while he's here. And we've got these, brilliant players coming to the end of their careers with the likes of Aguero and company and David Silva. We should be just thankful that we're getting to see this brand of football because it's incredible. It's the best I've ever seen. Who is your player of the season? Ooh, tough one. Personally, for me, it's between Sterling and Bernardo. I'd probably, up to a month ago, I would have said Bernardo Silva. Now, I'm possibly I'm erring towards Sterling because he's had such a brilliant month. Do we have a champ for every player at City? As far as I know, no, only KDB. Bernardo, No, there's Sane as well. There's Aguero. There's Vinny, company. There's Edison. We have chance for David Silva. If Pep wins us the quad, do you think he will think about leaving? There's nothing left to prove at City. I don't think so. I think Pep will see out his contract and possibly even extend for another year or two. I think if anything, he'd want to defend it. And the absolutely golden days for us Blues. It's amazing. Absolutely. I mean, you know, like I said, you know, this 7 years of age, so I've been following City now since 7, so 42 years. And I never thought 10, 15 years ago I would see what I'm seeing over the last few years, number of years. The last sort of 7 years in particular, it's been absolutely incredible. And where we are and what we did last season was just absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing. City played really poor after the goal, agree or not. I think they just did what they needed to do. And I think that's the way we're playing at the moment. I think if that won't be the case on Tuesday night. I think we're just needing, we're managing the team, it's game management, and I think, you know, we didn't need to do much more. I think if they would have equalised in the first half or early second half, I think we could have stepped up 2 or 3 gears. So, you know, we've got a lot of bigger games coming up. So, captain company, yeah. Chris Welch, I'm torn between Virgil van Dijk, Sterling on PFA. Well, there was an article saying that Liverpool players are going to be voting for Sterling, which is unusual. Do you think City made the right choice signing Laporte over Virgil van Dijk? I think we did, but many people disagree with me. Virgil, no doubt, Virgil van Dijk's a brilliant player, but so is Laporte. And I would have been happy with either of them, both of them. Both great players, but I do think Laporte is, I think he's a special player. But then Van Dijk's had a good season. Fernandinho, Stevie Raxel says, Fernandinho is the most underrated player at City. Never gets mentioned. The guy's unreal. Well, he's certainly, it's not underrated as far as I'm concerned, mate. Absolutely not. He's absolutely critical to the way we play. And he is going to be very, very difficult to replace. Yara says Laporte is a great signing. I agree. King says, but they don't champ with those players in every game. It's mostly Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo. No, they do. No, they do. You got to bear in mind that Vinny Company and Sane hasn't played a great deal, so you're obviously not going to hear it. But Edison, every game, is on there. David Silva, you generally hear about as well. Aguero, you will do. And Tom Betts, Laporte, 40 million. But yeah, that's a good point. You know, 50% less money. We waited long enough for Laporte and he was worth it, Tony Maroney. He's been brilliant. Premier League champ says, feels on David Silva. I personally don't think he's been anywhere near. No, he's not been at his best, but then he's played an awful lot of games. I think ideally at the beginning of the season, what they would have liked to do with, as he's coming towards the end of his career, is be able to rotate him. But with the injuries to Kevin De Bruyne and Fernandinho, especially, he's had to play more and more games, which is not ideal, because I think what you might have saw is, you know, him playing one game, maybe rested the next, then coming back and playing a couple of games, then rested again, where sometimes he's playing 2-3 games in a matter of 10 days. And you've got to remember his age and where he is. And he was great at the beginning of the season, but I think he just looks a little bit tired towards the end of the season now. So Everton 1-0, yeah. I believe Jagielka scored. Should say feelings. Jamie Walsh, I'm a City fan and Van Dijk is twice the player of Laporte, being honest. Laporte's been brilliant and his book is unbelievable. I actually prefer Stones over Laporte, but that's just me. It's your opinion, Jamie. King of Assists, Laporte is better than Van Dijk. There you go. It's all about opinions. Tom Beck says, I watched the game at Wembley yesterday. Watching Laporte live, he's a special player. What's the deal with him not being picked for France? To be fair, I'm happy with that. Less chance of injury, I agree. The problem with Laporte, what happened was Remember, he was in Spain. He had the option of a Spanish passport, and at the time, Didier Deschamps asked him about playing for France, and he was umming and ahhing and thinking about whether he was going to get a Spanish passport and play for Spain. That didn't go down well with Didier Deschamps, and as it turns out, obviously now he's moved from Spain, he can't qualify for a Spanish passport, so he's only got France. And Deschamps is notoriously sort of difficult and stubborn, and I think basically what's happened is he's just pushing his nose out, and you know, maybe it'll take a change of manager for Laporte to be able to play for France again. Can't wait for next Saturday, Crystal Palace City, Liverpool, Chelsea, 2 big games. Yeah, going to be massive. Tanguy and Ndombele is perfect for Pep, good with his feet and good defending. Neves too, both bags of potential. Yeah, and Ndombele, there's now sort of rumours that the likes of Real Madrid might be coming in for Ndombele as well. So to get him, it's going to be difficult, and to get him, it's going to cost a lot of money. It's going to, you know, if we were thinking about 70 million before, Charlie Harrison, hi mate, it's going to possibly cost even more than that. KDB, Jamie Wells back to his best. He's certainly getting there. When he came back after his first injury, he was probably at 60-65%, and it was taking him 4 or 5 games since he's just come back from that hamstring. 2 games, and it looks like he's almost at 85-90% now. He's been excellent in the 2 games he's played. Much as I like Van Dijk, Trent and Robertson would do a better job. I agree with that comment, I must admit. I think Robertson's a very, very good left-back. And I think Alexander-Arnold's also a decent right-back as well. We should be Premier League champions for a number of seasons to come. Let's hope so. You know, that's how some of the pundits sort of think of who are the best teams around, not ones who just win the odd one here and there. But, you know, in 5 years, win 3, win 4. Tony, I still think Trent needs a lot to learn, still defensively, but he's getting there. Robertson, definitely for you lot. Yeah, Robertson's a very, very good player. I do like him. Charlison says, I think Pep should think of bringing in Juan Bernet's quality, good player. Hassan Malik says, Van Dijk is the best defender in the world at the moment. However, I think Laporte has the potential to be better than him in a few years. We'll see. We'll certainly see. You know, Van Dijk's a good defender, don't get me wrong, but there are mistakes in him, and he's proven that over the last few weeks. Who would you start left back against Spurs? I said you could put Danilo in there. Laporte possibly could. I'd probably stick with Mendy, if I'm honest with you. I'd rather Zinchenko be there, but I'd probably stick with Mendy. Okay, so any other questions? Any more for any more? Just seeing if there's anything else I can... Do you think we need a speed demon like Semedo, or do we need a playmaker like Kimmich to replace... Sorry, I'm just going to bring that up on here. Kimmich to replace Kyle around the 30s, I think. Kimmich, I've said for years I would love... Since Pep was at Bayern, I've always thought what he did with Kimmich, moving him from the midfield to a right-back position, and what he's done for Germany, is an exceptional player. He's very much in the mould of Philipp Lahm. He's just almost like a perfect replacement for Lahm. I would love Kimmich at City. I really, really would. Anyone but Liverpool winning the league. Turning around the 3 Spurs games, is this the one the hardest? I think it is, yeah. I think this one's going to be the most difficult one on Tuesday. I think we'll learn a lot about Spurs on Tuesday night. Sorry. Oh, and I think this is definitely going to be the hardest one. I think Zinchenko is fit. He travelled with the squad. They said 10 to 12 days, mate. So I'm not sure he's going to be fit for Tuesday night. Do you think Ederson is getting tired playing all these games? No, definitely not. Bored? Yeah, he's probably getting bored playing all these games. The team against Spurs, Laporte, Company, Stones, Fernandinho, Gundogan in midfield. On midfield, Sane, Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling, Aguero. Yeah, possibly. there's absolutely... I'm taking it that's Bernardo Silva or David Silva. You're dropping Bernardo, Finland. And there's absolutely no pace in that sort of central defensive midfield role with Fernandinho and Gundogan both together. So what you make of Gordon Strachan? Yeah, well, deserving. I thought his comments about Adam Johnson and racist chanting was ridiculous, and you know he should know better. Let's not play how we did yesterday on Tuesday. Let's open up Cameron. No need to play Walker. Oh, missed that one. I wanted that reaction. I don't know, but Finland keeps retracting all his messages, so I don't know what he's saying and then what he's coming up with. We should play 3-5-2 against Spurs. I don't know. I don't think... I'd be very surprised if Pep goes 3 at the back. I'd be very surprised. It's not something he tends to do. And I don't know. I personally wouldn't, but you know, maybe. Your Go Israel says I'm going for a 3-0 win on Tuesday. Sterling on the score sheet. Let's hope so. No, stick to what we know, says Jamie. I agree. I can't see Pep start messing about with the back 3, and I'd be surprised. He could do. I'd be surprised though. We definitely need another striker. He's not good enough, says Stephen Paul Dempster. He's still a baby. You know, he's a striker. He's still a baby. He's still learning the trade. He's only 22 years of age. I mean, I think we need to cut him a bit of slack. And remember, he's not... You know, when he got those run of games, he was scoring goals, and then he's out the team again, and Aguero's back in, and strikers need this continuity, and he's not getting that. Beyond Blue said the 3 strolls against Fulham, and Brighton will mean they still have some left in the tank for the running. Yeah, I mean, like I said, game management, mate. They've got to manage the games. Charlie Barker said pictures are out. Aguero's in training. Yeah, and he was obviously there yesterday. Jamie Walsh, choose to be tough, looking a bit leggy recently. I don't know whether we've looked leggy. I think we've just not upped our game. And I think we're just keeping things in reserve for when we need it. Simply, why did you get married and how did you meet your wife? I was 32 when I got married. What was the question? How did you meet your wife? I've known my wife since I was 18. But we didn't get together until sort of mid-90s. So knew her from going out in Manchester. Company, well, we should rest Sterling on Tuesday and start with Mahrez. No chance, absolutely no chance. I don't know whether you want in a bite there, mate, but absolutely not. Mahrez is just simply not good enough. Company needs to start against Spurs. He could do. Certainly it'd be a good challenge between him and Kane, definitely. So that's a possibility. Why would we rest Sterling for the biggest game of the season? I agree with you, Andy, mate, about Strachan. Yeah. Consists, why the hell to rest Sterling? It's an important match. I think he's probably looking for a bite, mate. When teams play so defensively against us, how can they blame us for boring 1-0 games? Yeah, I mean, that's it. If they don't bring anything to the party, then why should City go all out for a 4-5-0 win and, you know, bust a gut for that when we can just manage the game and ease through? Stephen Paul Dempster, about Van Dijk, he's not better than Laporte. Laporte's long ball is better. He's certainly, I think, he's got better passing range without a shadow of a doubt. Hassan Malik, my ideal attacking option to buy this summer is Dybala. He can play. Yeah, he's very... he has a multitude of positions he can play. So he can play the lone striker, he can play out wide or in midfield. Thoughts on Garcia and Bernabé should be in the squad next season? At St. Pellegrino, I think Garcia definitely will be in the squad. Bernabé, I think, might need another season. I'm not sure he'll be ready for a full squad next year, but Garcia, I think, definitely will be in the squad. Imagine City winning Champions League and bringing you here for Champions League to Manchester. Yeah, that'd be great. My dad finished Manchester Marathon in 3 hours, 26 minutes. Wow, that's good time. Wow, very, very impressive. Cameron Dempsey, we're winning games, not even in second gear. Yeah, game management, absolutely. Stephen, I call him that too, mate. Stephen. Van Dijk better defender, Laporte better footballer. Yeah, possibly. Jamie Walsh, Felix Nemecha should be brought through next season. Yeah, no chance though. Absolutely no chance he's going to be brought into in the first team squad for next season. He's too young, got a lot of learning to do, tons of learning to do. Probably even go out on loan in the Championship or something and get some proper football next season. I can't see him being in the City first team squad. Keown was calling Brighton's diving clever, but when it's usual different story, it's cheating. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that was pathetic. The one when Otamendi went in and he's just nowhere near him. Well done, Chris's dad. Yeah, that's some time. Stephen Paul Dam said, I think company will start Tuesday. I agree with you that Maris should be sold. Well, I didn't say sell him, but I certainly said he's not good enough. I don't think we'll sell him, if I'm honest. He'll probably get another year, but he's got to seriously improve in the summer. Teams play defensive against us. We should play the same formation. Laporte at left back, Stones and company centre backs. Don't want Otamendi anywhere near the team, says Charles. I think Otamendi's done a great job for us this season. What's the latest on Costa? Will he be coming back? Costa? Which Costa? You want about, will he be coming back? Diego Costa, are you talking about? I don't know, Tony, who? Hassan Malik, what are your thoughts on City no longer interested in? I've not read anything where they said they're no longer interested in there, but there's certainly been interest from Real Madrid and Ndombele. So, João Felix and Foden next, David and KDB. Thoughts on bringing João Felix in? Good player. A lot of money, an awful lot of money. It's a case of small fish in a big pond. I agree. I think that's the top and bottom of it. It just looks like, I don't know. I personally, and I hate to say that, but it just doesn't look intelligent enough to play in Pep's system. It's like he's still trying to play the way he did against Leicester, and that's not the way we play football. And he's had nearly a year now with us, and you would have thought he'd probably pick that up a little bit quicker, considering he's, what, 28? And yeah, he's been very, very disappointing, I must admit. Diego Costa got a red card, he did. Otamendi doesn't lose his head as much as he used to. No, he's very, and I think Otamendi's been great for us. I think what he's on, I think YH, what he's on about. Natural logarithm, if we get banned from the Champions League for next year, winning it this year will be the best way to stick it to UEFA. Yeah. I don't think there'll be any bans coming from UEFA over FFP, so don't worry about FFP. I think that'll all be done with. It's the FIFA investigation into the transfers of youth players that's going to be the problem. Sorry, Douglas Louise. Douglas. Tony Maroney. Sorry, I'll have to nip back Tony Maroney. What's the latest on Costa? Oh, you mean Douglas Louise. Fingers crossed he'll get that work permit this summer. So if he does, I can see him being drafted into the squad for next year. His eyes are too close together and he can't help. Jamie Walsh, who do you prefer, Sane or Sterling? I think Sane played the amount of games Sterling played, he would have similar goals. I'd take Sterling because he's got a better attitude. I think Sane can sulk and his body language isn't always great. And I think, you know, he needs to be more consistent, where I think Sterling is on the whole consistent. So I'd take Sterling over Sane right now. But Sane could be anything. He could be absolutely incredible. Sorry, I forgot his name, but we have a FDO replacement who couldn't get a work permit. Hopefully he'll be in the team. Yeah, that's Douglas Louise with the work permit. That's Stephen. So fingers crossed in the summer he'll get that. Matt has got the character to change, in my opinion. No, me neither. Douglas Louise is next. Ferner, he's a very good player. He's very highly rated. So Zaha is better than Mahrez right now. I agree. More offensive-minded. Pep player for me. I agree. Hassan Malik, I have to admit that I'm always nervous when I see Otamendi playing. Okay, like I said, I I think he's been solid. Sane's got better technique though. Yeah, but technique isn't everything. You know, it's you needed a little bit of everything. And technique alone won't get you to the top of world football. Match rating for Foden against Cardiff would give him. I had him on a par with KDB. KDB got man of the match. I had Foden with him. I would have given him an 8 out of 10. All this heat about him to see it shows we're doing the business. Yeah, it's all they can talk about. It's, you know, why opposition fans are concerned whatsoever about what another team's fans do, sell, whatever. It amazes me. Absolutely amazes me. They spend all this energy talking about other teams. I mean, talk about your own team. Why are you so concerned about what other teams do? I have to say, I think Sterling not good on the left, Son good on the right. Tend to disagree with that. He scored some cracking goals cutting in from the left. Do you think Company will get a new contract? Because you would think they would already confirmed it. I think he will do. I think he'll get another year. I think he'll get 12 more months. Because obviously in September he's got the testimonial as well. So I think he'll get 12 more months. And then he'll probably, possibly retire or go into coaching or something with City. He'll do something with City, I'm absolutely certain of that. Premier League champions, I used to stand in the Kip-Ats at Main Road. I've been a long time fan of support City, but for some reason I'm a glory hunter. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? I can say, you know, people call me that, and 1977 was my first game. So yeah, I guess I'm a glory hunter as well. Dybala is the man to replace Aguero. Certainly one I mentioned earlier, he's up there. I think Foden should be captain if he starts regularly in the Premier League. Not yet, but certainly he could be a future captain in years to come. Maybe another 8-10 years maybe, because I think the next captains will be in the mould of a Bernardo Silva or a John Stones, maybe. What about sending Foden on loan till January? No way. Nope. He's going absolutely nowhere. And Pep's already said it. He's going absolutely nowhere. He's going to be staying right here with me, he said. So, ain't going to happen. Foden will be at City next season, and he will definitely be playing more games. And Pep knows what he's doing. He's managing Foden's career. He's still a baby. He's only going to be, next month he's going to be 19. You know, he's a baby. So no rush with Foden. I love the Bernardo chant. Yeah. Now Laporte was captain against Shakhtar. Yeah, so Laporte, you know, Laporte's one of those. Could be. When Silva went out. How did Laporte not win man of the match yesterday? Assist and a goal line clearance. What assist? What assist did Laporte get? Kevin De Bruyne who crossed it for Gabby. Who's the better talent, Foden or Sancho? I would take Foden every day of the week. Sancho has got great technical ability by all accounts, and we'll see. But Foden is special. He's very, very special. Even the England under 17 managers and everything else, Southgate's even said he's a very, very special talent. Yeah, he's for me, I'd take Foden every day of the week. How did Laporte? Oh, nothing else happened. Foden is better than Iniesta. He's not. That's fact. But you know, if he has anywhere near a career of Iniesta, then he'd be some player. Sorry, Laporte didn't get the assist. KDB, he was involved in the build-up. Yeah, he was involved, but he didn't get the assist. Kevin Kilbane was drooling over Foden against Cardiff. He's a special player. Very, you know, he keeps the ball, he moves the ball. You know, his technical ability and control of a football is exceptional for somebody so young. So Otamendi was brilliant yesterday. I thought he had a good game, Otamendi. I think, solid, very solid. He's always a 7 out of 10. He rarely does anything stupid these days. He's tenacious when he loses. He is. To be fair, I think David Silva's the closest the Premier League's seen to Iniesta. Yep, good shout that, JK. Foden's my favourite player to watch. Gets you off your seat, he certainly does. And obviously being a local boy, even more so, because we all like our local players. He gets you excited. And when you see, and this is the thing for me, is when he gets the ball, all right, he's in playing a more central role, but for me, when he gets the ball, he wants to make things happen. And that's my problem with Mahrez. He doesn't look like he's going to make things happen. He's pretty much the same one-trick pony, cuts inside and shoots. And that is it. And it's very frustrating when you see an 18-year-old kid come on and affect the place so much. King of Assists, okay, how about this one? KDB is better than Xavi. No. Xavi and Iniesta are two of the greatest midfielders we've ever seen in football. Kevin De Bruyne is exceptional, but he's certainly, at this stage of his career, not as good as what Xavi and Iniesta were. No chance. I'd love him to be, and if the next 4 or 5 years, he is an exceptional player. Don't get me wrong, world class. I'd put him as world class, but not in Iniesta or Xavi's bracket yet. No way. Bring back the ball, David Silva. I agree with you. Finally, beyond belief, yes. His brother with hair is slow and weak. Yeah. He's more of a goal threat than our other midfielder, which I love about him. I think you're talking about Phil Foden. Different players. Yeah, they are different players. I'm glad Sancho went to Dortmund. United fans thought I was salty about it for some reason. Great to see the lad do well there, but would have loaned him out. Same with Diaz, but maybe not to Real. Yeah. I mean, Sancho. People forget. People say, well, headlines are always about Pep loses Sancho. Well, Pep said it, and he said it himself. These are his words, that he wanted Sancho to stay and fight for a place in the squad. Sancho didn't want to do that. So Pep. There was nothing City could do about it. If a player says, no, I don't want to stay, then you can't do anything about it. He wanted to leave, and it's just that simple. You can't force him to. And bearing in mind that his attitude caused Pep to not take him on the tour of America because he missed training and he was refusing to come in. So he was forcing the move. So City have done nothing wrong. There was nothing they wanted him to stay. He said no, he wasn't staying. So we got some money for him with a sell on clause. If Pep put together his all-time best 11, how many City players would make it? Oh, well, I think. Oh, that is a brilliant question. Wow. That is a brilliant question, Tony Moroni. Yeah, we get 15% for Sancho. He wanted to go, yeah. Got him a mint move, yeah, absolutely. Xavi was only good for his vision, passing, interception. De Bruyne has more to... No. I thought Salah was the biggest diver in the Premier League, but that long-name player yesterday is even worse. He was diving at time. Yeah, I mean, it was pathetic. The one where he jumped over Otamendi and then decided to take 3 steps and fall over. It was embarrassing. Beyond belief, I know, it's great, but not so great. None. You think none of the City players? Ederson, Sergio, Fernie. That is such a good question. I guess first things first, you're going to have to go back to his Barca team and then go through them one by one. And let me just see if I can... just in case I forget about one particular player. Let me just see. Okay, so you are looking at goalkeepers. You're looking at Victor Valdez. So would you have Valdez or Edison in their prime? That's your first one. If I remember rightly, the right back was Dani Alves. No, I can't kick like Edison. So you've got Valdez, Neuer at Bayern Munich, or you've got Edison. So that's your first starting point. I guess if you're looking at right backs, you're looking at Dani Alves, Walker, or Kimmich. Now, for me, at that time, Dani Alves was the best right back in world football, and so I would have took Alves at the time. Centre backs, God, you're looking at PK, and I know Yaya played, but I'm trying to think who was his main man. Puyol. Now Puyol, yeah, I would have took Puyol, beyond belief. Absolutely brilliant player. PK, I'd probably take Company in his prime over PK, if I'm honest. Because Company was, for me, in his prime, probably one of the best centre-backs in world football. So, yeah, and then left-back, you know, you're looking better sweeper keeper than Edison, but not now, though. He was brilliant in his time, without a shadow of a doubt. He had a number, didn't he? He had Silvino played there. Who else played left back during that time? Trying to think who else. Company's prime was before Pep. Yeah. That I'm saying Company in his prime, but then all these players we're talking about. Alaba. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. You're looking at the midfield. I don't think the midfield of Iniesta, Xavi, and Messi. Marquez, yeah, he was there definitely at the time. You've got Thiago. You even had, you had the likes of Abidal at the time as well. So I don't know. I would Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets as well. Busquets was brought through. I think the following year, if I remember rightly. I think the following year. But Busquets, certainly, you've got to look at him as one of the best central defensive midfielders in world football. So Busquets, Iniesta, Xavi. I can't see any City players taking hold of those. Ronaldinho was there. Abidal. Abidal was left back as well. Then up front, you had Henry. You had numerous players. You obviously got Eto'o was there at the time. Who else? Gudjonsson was there. I'm trying to think who else was up front. I don't think David Villa was there. Was he there the first season? So I'd probably go Sergio. I would put Sergio in there. So you're going really a goalkeeper and Sergio. Messi, Aguero, Henry, if you want to play Messi up front and put in another midfielder. Lewandowski from Bayern, I mean, on his day, he was absolutely brilliant, without a shadow of a doubt. Very, very good player. Gone off the board the last year or so, but in his prime, he was absolutely brilliant. I mean, you've got Muller as well from Bayern. So, I mean, Bayern had an exceptional team. 5 goals in 9 minutes. What's that? Robin and Ribéry, yeah. You look at their centre-backs. Götze, yeah, so. I don't think Götze will get into it. Sniffles, Michael in contact and Chadis. What, John? How you doing, mate? Anyway, that's a really interesting question. Who would get in? PK for Fernandinho replacement. I think we forgot Philip Lahm. Yeah, I mean, Lahm was there. Superb player for Bayern. Company replacement. I don't know what you... Sorry, I'll just bring this back up. Yeah, but Messi's a better false nine than Muller. Yeah, false nine. Yeah, I mean Messi. I mean Messi can play anywhere across there, but remember he did. When Pep arrived, Messi was actually playing up front, and Pep moved him into sort of a drop back on the right hand side, attacking midfield role, and they said that's what made Messi go to the next level. Andy Belitho, how are you, mate? I had Lahm, either David Villa or Lewandowski alongside Aguero. Yeah, if you're going to go with sort of 3 out and out forwards, of the 3, I would have took. Mind you, saying that David Villa and Aguero very similar players, but I'd still probably take Villa over Lewandowski. So we need a new right back. Quite possibly, we'll see next season. I don't think Walker's going anywhere. I'll be honest with you. But anyway, that's really interesting. If Walker is injured, I think he'll be fine. If I'm honest, so many big games. But Pep finds a way, however he picks them. That's why he's the best ever. He goes into everything in just minute detail. So he'll have his tactics already worked out for Tuesday night. Left wing, Sterling, Ribery, Sane, Henry and Bernardo, maybe. I think in their prime, Ribery has to be in there with Henry, I'll be honest with you. 2 exceptional players. Schweinsteiger, yeah, Silva and KDB deserve mentions. I think Silva and Kevin De Bruyne definitely deserve mentions. David Silva possibly would have been perfect in the Barcelona system. He could have picked up that role from a Xavi or Iniesta in his prime with no problems whatsoever. He out of all the City players, him and Aguero would be the perfect players for a Pep Guardiola Barcelona team. So I'd go, there you go, that'd be mine. Sergio Aguero and David Silva to push some of that Barca team and that Bayern team. Be those 2 out of them, if I'm being honest. We could pack the bench, but we are a younger team, yeah. Anyway, guys, listen, thank you very much for today. With all your questions, some brilliant questions in there that, you know, really gets me thinking and got me thinking. There was a question earlier on as well, and I said I would have to come back to it. I can't remember who it was who asked the question. Would you have Insignia at would you have Napoli's Insignia? Yeah, good player. I'm not too sure whether he's a City player, I'll be honest with you. I can't remember that question. Maybe I'll have to come back to that. Yaya Tori, I'm here representing the Caribbean, somebody had said earlier. So anyway, listen, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see what happens with these videos from the Spurs fan channel. I'll get these edited. Thanks, Tony. I'll get these edited and we'll get the video out either later tonight or first thing in the morning when I get the videos back from them. And yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in, asking your questions. It's been great again. You asked some really interesting questions, which is brilliant. And yeah, nice. Enjoy your Sundays as well. It's nice. Everybody sort of seems to be getting along, and even though we have some fans from different other football teams. So anyway, Sandy from Man City Fan TV. Like we always say, if Andy, you're watching the Wolves, yeah, I'm going to go and watch it now. I'm going to go and put the meat in the oven, and then I'm going to go and sit down and watch the game. And you know, if you've got friends who want to come on and have a chat things, don't forget subscribe, click notification, tell them about it. And I'd rather play Watford, but I've got a feeling Watford are going to win today. I've got a funny feeling they're going to win. So yeah, whoever we get, it's up to us, isn't it? But guys, thank you very much. Have a brilliant Sunday wherever you are. We'll be back tomorrow. Anyway, take care, guys.